Wake up! What's up guys, Ian here from Sleep Deprivation, back in Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Not technically the Stormblood area yet, but soon, very soon, because I've just finished the second leveling problem, or the leveling problem 2.0, as I like to call it. And what I mean by that is there are 44 quests between Heavensward and Stormblood that you need to complete before you can enter the Stormblood area, and I am hovering around this lovely piece of shit here, getting ready to hand in the last of those quests. Now, the reason why I call it the leveling problem, I actually have a few other videos in this series that were about the 101 quests between the original Reborn and Heavensward. And I'll go into, if you want greater detail about all those, you can go read those, but I'll start off by finishing the quest here, the final one. Yay! But what it is about this that is just so brutal is the fact that these quests kind of halt the progression of the game in terms of the leveling that you've done up to that point. And oh yes, I am skipping the story because I don't give a fuck, because I'm an asshole. But the reason why I call this a problem is because there's a bunch of quests, these 44 quests between Heavensward and Stormblood. And these quests, as they are set up, basically are, well, they're a roadblock. They give you minimal XP, rehash you going over areas that you've already gone to. They have a purpose of story, which I get that, and they were released back during the Heavensward expansion before Stormblood existed, so it gave other players something to do at max level. I get that as well. But the content is now outdated, and it's just kind of a time dump for players that are, new players leveling up trying to get to Stormblood. Because I was level 60, I'd finished the main scenario quest line up to that point, and instead of being able to go straight into Stormblood, I had to do these 44 quests. With these being the case, I will say this video is not so much rehashing going over whether this concept is good or bad, but more about how it compares to the original leveling problem between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. Obviously, with 44 quests, it's shorter than that of the A Realm Reborn to Heavensward, which was 101. It also has 4 dungeons and 2 trials as opposed to the 3 dungeons and 6 trials. And I will say that out of all the dungeons and trials, I didn't fail any of them on any sort of attempts between Heavensward and Stormblood, whereas between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, some of the trials were, if you didn't know what you were doing, because it was your first time, like a lot of people doing those trials, they would get failed. A good one that I remember was the Moogle one. The Moogle one, we would fail it a lot, and it was annoying to get that one done. But overall, I'd say this one was pretty easy. A lot easier, it felt a lot smoother, so it's not as big of a problem, not only because it's shorter, but because it felt smoother. With that being said, I'd still say it was a bit of a problem. Obviously, it does give you the benefit of story, but if you're a player like myself that isn't interested in the story, and after experiencing what I had experienced with the 101 quests, I found myself dreading this part of the game. And I didn't finish it it took me a few weeks to finish it, not because it took a lot of in-game time, but I just didn't commit myself to just hammering it out. I do a few quests, hit a dungeon, and then stop. I do that dungeon, maybe another quest, and then stop. And I found myself pushing to play other games that I like to play. Like, I've been playing a lot of Smite with the new ranked, and oh wait, are we here? Are we here? I think we're here. I think we're in a new fucking area. So yeah, I'm in Stormblood. Heyo! Super excited about that. And you got to see me do it in real time. This is not a voiceover of a pre-recording or anything like that. I am currently doing it and handing in the quest right now. And yes, I am still wearing the slut outfit, in case you're wondering, but I dyed it black because you know, because I can. And I'm level 62 on my samurai right now. So I'm looking forward to the Stormblood expansion. I'm looking forward to not having this leveling problem of sorts, and obviously when they introduce a new expansion, they're going to add more content, I would imagine, at least, like this, between this expansion and the next one. So it won't be as bad for me personally, but for new players out there, I really hope they can find a way to you know, take this experience of between expansion content and, you know, find a way to condense it or make it less tedious for players that are currently leveling on their way up. Because if you're at max level and it's extra quests just to do, that's fine. If you like the story, that's also fine, but ultimately it just leaves you with a not so fun situation where you're stuck doing a bunch of quests that give you little to no reward. And realistically, to put things into perspective there, while there was a bunch of gear that you sort of get on your way there, you can use your poetics that you've gained while leveling up to that point to pretty much buy a full set of 260 item level gear. So it renders all the gear you're getting from those quests pretty much pointless. So yeah, all in all, in comparison, not as bad as the previous leveling problems. And if you're wanting, like I said, a more detailed breakdown, I have a few other videos in regards to that. I would recommend obviously checking out, I wouldn't say the first one was more of me just bitching, but I'd check out the leveling problem resolved. That has a more detailed breakdown, and then leveling problem solution, where I basically go over how I would fix this problem, or ways to at least improve it and make it somewhat better. Now, with that being said, I think I pretty much covered everything. I'm going to go enjoy Stormblood now. If you have any questions or concerns, you want me to talk about this more, leave a comment in the section below. Be sure to, you know, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit that stupid bell thing, because, you know, helps me out and lets you know when I have new videos coming out. I got a couple of ideas of how I'm going to talk about a few things in the future. My next topic, and I'm already sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, is going to be talking about how Final Fantasy XIV hates new players. Yep, that's I can already hear you, go into the comment section typing about that. But that will be my next video. It'll be out next Tuesday. We're gonna probably have another video or two in between then from a few of the other guys here in Sleep Deprivation, but that'll be the next Final Fantasy video. You can look forward to it a week from now. Anyways, my name's Ian, and I'll see you guys next time.